So if you have a hatchback or coupe, you've probably taken a look at your quarter windows and thought about how you can replace it. Now, there's a number of various options out there. For hatchback owners, the Scott Drake reproductions are a pretty cheap alternative to buying NOS windows or having yours refinished professionally. One of the main downfalls, however, is that as you can see, it doesn't have the Mustang script logo. But there is a seller on eBay who sells vinyl decals that actually look spot on. And I'm going to show you how to go about installing those. So when you order these decals, you get 4 of these. And as you can see, they are pretty spot on. They match the font, the width, the height, etc. So step 1, you have to make a template. You need to know where to put the decals. If you don't have a good idea, and you do what I did and just eyeball it, it's going to drive you nuts that it's not sitting in the right spot. So I made a template. Really, this piece of paper towel is just to cut down the reflection. But all I did was kind of put a piece of paper in here, get it aligned with the edge of the window. I used a sharp razor, came down here, scored that. And now I have a nice piece that'll fit in the corner of the window that's on my car. My goal is to cut out a small window here where the actual lettering is. That way I know where to put my decal. What's going to be tricky is trying to figure out where the wording is so that you can cut this out. You probably want to go a little bit larger because you're going to have to come in here and apply the decal and then be able to remove that. You don't want to stick it to this template that you're making and then have it come off with it. Now what I'm going to do here is simply slide the template over and make some reference marks as to where the bottom and the top of the lettering begins. Once I have my first set of reference marks, I'm simply going to transfer that measurement over to the other side. Then I'm going to come in with a ruler and connect across. So what I've done here is take a T-square and make a reference mark on the left-hand side using some blue painter's tape. What this will allow me to do is to take the template and simply slide it up a little bit so that I can uncover the wording and see where I need to make my marks. But I'll go ahead here and mark the left-hand edge for the letter M and the right-hand edge for the letter G. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a sharp razor blade and I'm going to cut that out. Now I've gone ahead and I've used a sharp razor to score down here, cut this out. And then as you can see here, with it put into the corner here, aligning these features here, you can see that it outlines it quite well. Now I've gone ahead and drawn marks where the T is, and my plan is to use that as a guide to align where the T should go, and that should help me get this aligned perfectly on the car. Now the beauty of this template is that you can actually use this for either side of the same template, so once you make one, you're really all set. But I'm going to go ahead, this decal has 2 sides. I'm going to peel off the back, and then I'm going to come up here, align my T with the center marks, and then just apply that as horizontally as I can. Now I've peeled the backing plate off here, the backing tape. It's a little bit tricky. Some of the decals want to stick to it, so I simply just go slowly, use a razor blade to help that away. Take your time. You want to be patient here. But once I have that off, I'm simply going to come in here, align that T with my center mark, and apply the decal. I'm going to just eyeball this within my groove to make sure that it actually looks straight. And then once I believe it is straight, I'm going to go ahead and just press this down all the way tight. You want to spend a few minutes here going through this just to make sure that you got every single letter, every corner stuck down well. That's going to be the key to keeping this decal on here for a long time. So once you get it applied, you're going to grab a corner and you're going to slowly start pulling it back. You want to pull it kind of in the method that I'm using here. That'll prevent it from accidentally lifting any of the letters up. You're slow, take your time, and that's that. And then we'll slowly take away the template, pull that away. Again, I want to save this template. I don't want to ruin it, so I'm not going to rip it. I know the reflections on the glass are quite terrible here, but you can see here with the decal in place, it's really hard to tell if it's a decal or the actual original etching that is usually in the windows here. But I'm going to go ahead and just carefully with a paper towel push these letters down firmly, and that should be it. So if you want a new set of quarter windows but were held off because of the fact that they didn't have the Mustang script logo, this may be an option for you. Thanks for watching.